Hola, buenas tardes, buenos días. Bienvenidos a I Live English, Jesse and You Student. El día de hoy trabajaremos con dos palabras que son muy importantes, que son el either y neither. El día de ayer trabajamos con to y so is. Eso es aplicado en positivos. Y cuando llegamos aquí al either es aplicado a negativo y el neither es aplicado también a negativo. Entonces, esto es lo que veremos el día de hoy y lo único que les puedo decir es que to, justo en la posición que lo aplican en una idea, es exactamente lo mismo con either. Al final, to es de una idea positiva, either es de una idea negativa. Y de la misma forma, cuando utilizan so is, vamos a aplicar de la misma forma neither is. So is para positivos, ideas positivas. Neither is es para ideas negativas. Y también vamos a estar trabajando con un poquito más acerca de profesiones. Entonces, el día de hoy tenemos profesiones y either and neither. Bueno, entonces empezamos la clase. Deme un segundito. Aquí empezamos. Ah, sí. Lección 7, nivel 3. Let's practice, okay?
Cashier,
Let's practice with professions. Professions. Ah, eh, well, mm, please. Oh yeah, the first word is cashier. And what is a cashier? A cashier is a person, for example, at a store or a supermarket that collects money. The person that collects the money in a supermarket or a store is the cashier. So, Jesse, who is the person that collects the money in a store or a supermarket?
Cashier.
Excellent. You, who is the person or what is the occupation for the person that collects the money in a store or a supermarket? Exactly. Let's practice with cashier. Example. Well, in this exercise, let's practice with so is. Okay, so is. Example, what is Bonnie and what is Agnes? What is Bonnie and what is Agnes? Answer, Bonnie is a cashier and so is Agnes. One more time. What is Bonnie and what is Agnes? Bonnie is a cashier and so is Agnes. Okay? Agnes. Sorry, Agnes. So, Jesse, what is Bonnie and what is Agnes?
Bonnie is a cashier, and so is Agnes.
Excellent. Now, student, you. What is Bonnie and what is Agnes? Correct. Next. The next occupation, Jesse, this is for you, is
office clerk, office clerk,
Mhm.
Office clerk.
Exactly. Yes, an office clerk is a person working in an office. A person working in an office is a office clerk, like a Godin. So that's basically this. So, Jesse, what is Andrew and what is Abby?
Andrew is office clerk, so is Abby.
Next, you. This is
boss,
exactly boss, right? A boss. So, uh, complete the idea, you. What is Phillips and what is Esme? Good. Jesse, what is the next occupation?
employee,
Employee.
Yes, employee. Yeah, employee. This is the profession. So what is Luke and what is Rachel?
Luke is employee, so is Rachel.
Okay, good. And the next one. The next is for Juju. Okay, here we go. What is the profession?
receptionist,
Okay, exactly, receptionist. So now the question is, what is Daphne and what is Daisy? Yeah, you are right. Yeah, it's a receptionist, right? Good, excellent. The next is for you, Jesse.
salesperson,
Salesperson.
Exactly, salesperson. Yes, a person who's, well, let me check this in Spanish. Vendedor. So, what is uh, Thomas and what is Helen?
Thomas is a salesperson, and so is Helen.
Good, perfect. Next, now you a student.
janitor,
Mhm. Exactly. Yeah, this occupation is janitor. Good, good, you. Now the question is, what is Catherine and what is Celia? Right. Perfect. Next, Jesse.
security guard,
Security guard.
Exactly. Perfect. Good pronunciation. So what is Connor and what is Alfred, Jesse?
Connor is a security guard, and so is Alfred.
Perfect. Next, you.
maid,
Mhm. Exactly. So what is, yes, maid is this occupation, yes, at a hotel or probably in a house. And what is Donna and what is Beatrice? Good. Next. The next is for you, Jesse. And what is this occupation?
lawyer,
Lawyer.
Yes, for this one, let me say the word. Lawyer is abogado, okay? That is a lawyer. So what is Gilbert, Jesse, and what is Clarice?
Gilbert is a lawyer, and so is Clarice.
Perfect, excellent. Next, now you a student. What is this occupation?
electrician,
Good. So the question is, what is Frederick and what is Ivor? That's right. Yes, an electrician, right? Good, good, good. Next, Jesse.
builder,
Builder.
Exactly. This occupation is builder. Builder is perfect or constructor. Yeah, yeah, from construction, builder, right? So Jesse, what is Aiden and what is Alan?
Aiden is a builder, and so is Alan.
And so is Alan. Yeah, I think the name is Aiden, right? But yeah, your
Aiden.
structure is good, 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 Jesse. My bad.
Aiden.
Okay. No,
Sorry.
yeah, my bad. My bad. Yeah. Next, you a student. Let's check the occupation.
plumber,
Exactly. That is the profession. Yeah, the profession. Uh-huh. So like Mario Bros, well, the Mario Brothers, right? Mario Bros. So what is Arnold and what is Donald? Good. Next. Jesse, what is this occupation?
waiter,
Waiter.
Excellent. So yeah, waiter at a restaurant, a waiter. So what is Morgan and what is Neil?
Morgan is a waiter, and so is Neil.
All right. Next, you. Yes, the men are, well, for only one, waiter, right? Waiter, waiter. But for a woman at a restaurant is,
waitress, waitress,
mhm, yes, that's correct. Waitress. Perfect. Now, what is Sarah? The pronunciation is Sarah. What is Sarah and what is Jane? You a student? Perfect. Next, Jesse.
delivery driver,
Delivery driver.
Exactly, delivery driver. Delivery driver. So question, what is Seth and what is Arthur?
Seth is a delivery driver, and so is Arthur.
Good. Perfect. In this moment, in this practices with so is, so is, so is, so is, so is for positive ideas, okay? Only positive ideas. Now, let's start with negative ideas. Negative ideas. Okay, negative ideas.
either,
The first word is either. Uh-huh. And either is for negative ideas. The word to, for example, you are happy. Jesse is happy too. This is positive. A different one. You are not happy. Jesse is not happy either. Either is for negative ideas. Okay? Either is for negative ideas. So, Jesse, what is the connector similar to, but for negative ideas?
Either.
Excellent. You, one more time. What is the connector similar to, but for negative ideas? Good. Either, right? Now let's practice. My example. My example is what what is not, what isn't Bonnie, and what is not, what isn't Agnes. What isn't Bonnie and what isn't Agnes? My answer. Bonnie, Bonnie is not a manager. Agnes is not a manager either. Bunny is not a manager. Agnes is not a manager either. Uh-huh. Optionally, and Bonnie is not a manager, and Agnes is not a manager either. All right. So now, Jesse, what isn't negative? Well, what isn't Bonnie? And what is not? What isn't Agnes? What isn't Agnes?
Bonnie is not a manager, and Agnes is not a manager either.
Perfect. Now, student you, what isn't Bonnie and what isn't Agnes? Good, excellent. Next, Jesse. This is for you. You select a different profession, okay, Jesse? You select, okay? But except boss, okay? Example. What isn't Philip? What isn't Philip and what isn't Esme?
Okay. So Philip is not lawyer and Esme is not a lawyer either.
That's correct. Yeah. For negative ideas, the correct word is either. Perfect. Perfect, Jesse. Now, you as a student, you. Now, a student, you. What isn't Daphne and what isn't Daisy? Okay, good. Perfect. Now, let's practice the three of us. Okay, let's practice. Jesse, one more time. What isn't Catherine and what isn't Celia?
Catherine is not a cashier and Celia is not a cashier either.
Good. Next, Jesse, question for the student you.
You. What isn't Donna and Beatrice? Sorry. What isn't Donna and what isn't Beatrice?
Good. Excellent. So now you, question for me. Okay, excellent. Ivor, right? Oh, yeah. Answer. Frederick isn't a builder, and Ivor isn't a builder either. Now, Jesse, what isn't Arnold and what isn't Donald?
Arnold is not a boss and Donald is not a boss either.
Correct. Now, Jesse, question for the student you.
You. What isn't Sarah and what isn't Jane?
Good. Excellent. Perfect. So, conclusion. Conclusion. Positive and negative, okay? Sarah is a waitress and Jane is a waitress. Two. Positive. Sarah isn't a, yes, a doctor. And Jane isn't a doctor either. Positive two, negative either. Now let's practice with the next. Let's go over practice number 2. Okay. In this practice, let's check personal ideas. Example. I am not American. Yes, I'm Mexican, okay? I am not American. Jesse, you are not American either. One more time. I am not American, and you student, you're not American either. Yes, either. A different one. A different idea, probably with places. Places, with locations, with nationalities, with occupations, with descriptions. For example, in descriptions, I am not sick, you are not sick either. No problems? Now let's practice, okay? Yeah, well, this is my example. I am not sick. You are not sick either. I am not sick. Jesse is not sick either. So, Jesse, what is your example? You, what is your personal example? Jesse, I listen to you.
I'm not a waitress. You are not waitress either.
Good, excellent. Yes, oh, you, now you a student. What is your example? Okay, perfect. Now let's practice one more time with a different example. Uh-huh. Uh, yes. Jesse, let's practice. And let's practice with descriptions. Uh-huh. Let's practice with descriptions. Example.
Descriptions.
My father is not a bad person, and my mother is not a bad person either. Descriptions. Yeah, sad, energetic, bad, good, sick. Yeah, descriptions. One description, Jesse, and one description, you student.
I'm not a child, and you're not a child either.
Correct. Perfect, Jesse. You. What is your example? Good. Excellent. Now, in the final practice, Jesse and you, let's check this and that. Example, this and that, okay? Example, that, yeah, that is not my computer. That is not your computer either. That is not your computer either. And that's it. Jesse, what is your example with this or with that or with these or with those? Plural or singular?
This is not my car. This is not your car either.
Good, excellent. Now, you a student, this, that, these, those. Uh-huh. Perfect, perfect, perfect. Uh-huh. Nice, nice, you. Nice, Jesse. And let's practice with the final. The final is with plural, okay? The final exercise. Let's practice with plural. Example. Practice with they. Yeah, I recommend they. They or we. My recommendation is they or we, okay? Well, it's better they. Example. They, imagine, okay? They are not my friends. They are not my friends. They are not your friends either. No problems? They are not my friends. They are not your friends either. Jesse, what is your example?
They are not my kids. And they are not your kids either.
Good, excellent, perfect. Now you. Let's practice with they. They is better. Mhm. Good, excellent. Yeah, perfect. It's possible with many ideas, okay? Plural, singular, with occupations, with this, that, with descriptions, with locations, your imagination. Well, next one. In the next, let's practice
neither,
with neither. Let's practice with neither. Okay, neither. Neither, check. Example, my brother is my brother is not angry. Is not negative. My brother is not angry. Neither is my sister. My brother is not angry, and neither is my sister. Simple. My brother is not angry, and neither is my sister. That's all. For negative ideas, for the connector in the middle, neither. Next. Example, one more time. Let's practice with neither. Neither, Jesse and you, neither is the connector similar to so is, well, or neither, so, so, but for negative ideas. One more time. Neither is the connector similar to so, but for negative ideas. Jesse, what is the connector similar to so, but for negative ideas?
Neither.
Excellent. Perfect. You, what is the connector similar to so, but for negative ideas? Perfect. Now, check one more time. Teacher, student. Teacher. What isn't Bonnie and what isn't Agnes? Answer. Bonnie isn't a manager. Yes, Bonnie isn't a manager, and neither is Agnes. One more time. Bonnie is not a manager, and neither is Agnes. Okay? Now let's practice. Jesse, what isn't Bonnie and what isn't Agnes?
Bonnie is not a manager and neither is Agnes.
Excellent. Student you, what isn't Bonnie and what isn't Agnes? Exactly. So now, next, Jesse, what isn't, negative idea, what isn't Andrew and what isn't Abby?
Andrew is not a boss and neither is Abby.
Okay, excellent. Yeah. Now, Jesse, question for you, the student you.
You. What isn't Luke and what isn't Rachel?
Good. Now check my answer, guys. Yeah, check my answer. Question for me, you a student. Okay. Yeah. Thomas isn't a janitor, and neither is Helen. They are sales people. A salesman and a saleswoman, they are salespeople. Okay, they are salespeople. And for example, they are employees, they are office clerks, they are cashiers. So, one more time. Thomas isn't a janitor, and neither is Helen. They are salespeople, okay? Next, Jesse. Question for you. Well, question, Jesse. What is an Connor and what is an Alfred?
Oh my God. Connor is not Connor. Let me see. Connor is not a lawyer, and neither is Alfred.
What are they?
They are security guards.
Perfect, Jesse. Now, question for the student you.
You. What isn't Gilbert and what isn't Clarice?
Lawyers, okay? Good, excellent. Question for me. Okay. Aiden isn't a plumber, and neither is Alan. They are builders. Jesse. What isn't Morgan and what isn't Neil?
Morgan is not an office clerk, and neither is Neil. They are waiters.
Yeah, waiters. Good. Next, Jesse. Question for a student you.
You. What isn't Seth and what isn't Arthur?
Yes, delivery man. Good, excellent. And yeah, for only one is delivery man, and for two, delivery men. Okay, good, excellent. Next, oh yeah, no more. Final practice. Now let's check the final practice. And here. And one more time. Super simple. I'm not an American person. I'm not an American person. You are not an American. Oh no, but let's practice with neither, right? I'm not an American person, and neither are you. One more time. I'm not an American person, and neither are you. Neither are you. Neither are you. And my structure is correct. Neither are you, okay? Neither are you. Neither are you. Neither is he. Neither is she. Neither are we. Neither are they. Neither are, what else? Neither is my brother. Neither is my sister. Neither is the cat. Neither are my friends. etc. Jesse, what is your example?
I'm not a waitress. Neither are you.
Okay, neither are you. Excellent. Now, you a student. Yep, perfect. Now, let's practice with example, brother, sister, father, mother, a family member. Example, my brother is not, my brother isn't. My brother is not a teacher. My brother is not a teacher. and neither is my sister. My brother is not a teacher, and neither is my sister. Mhm. Yeah. Jesse, what is your example with brother, sister, father, mother, uncle, cousin?
Your dad is not short, and neither is your mother.
Excellent. Nice. Now, you, a student. Perfect. Perfect, perfect, perfect. Jesse and you. Y hasta aquí terminamos la clase. Bueno, hay mucho por explotar en esta clase, ¿ok? Pueden trabajar con lugares, pueden trabajar con terceras personas como brother, sister, family member, pueden practicar directamente con una persona, que también es muy común, pueden practicar acerca de ustedes mismos, pueden practicar con adjetivos, o con ocupaciones, nacionalidades. Hay un montón, una variedad con que practicar que nunca terminaríamos. Bueno, nos echaríamos así como unas 5 horas de clase. Pero bueno, si tienen alguna duda, alguna pregunta, acérquense a sus maestros. Ellos les estarán ayudando para que puedan realmente tener una mejor clara visión acerca del either y neither, por si es que no quedó claro, ¿vale? Pero nos vemos el día de mañana. Nos vemos en la siguiente clase, en la lección 8. Cuídense mucho, que tengan un buen día. Hasta luego, Jesse and you. Bye.
Bye.